Hey y'all, Dominic here again, welcome back to another video. And today I'm actually going to be doing a tech review. I know it's been a while since I've actually done one of these, but I want to somewhat get back into the spirit of making them because I have enjoyed making the ones I've done in the past, and I've missed making new ones as well, so yeah. So, hope you enjoyed the video and hope you all like it. So today, I'm actually going to be doing a review on the PC Engine Core Grafx Mini, which is a little mini console of the PC Engine or TurboGrafx, depending on what you call it. And with the box, I really like the style of the box. Obviously, as the name of the console, an image of the console, and image of the controller. On that side, you haven't really got much, just the name. Same there, and you've just got wording about what's in the box and everything. So obviously the console, the controller, and the HDMI cable and the USB cable needed. On the back of it, you've got obviously images of all the games. Now, there's actually 57 games in this console, which is actually quite a lot. It really is. And I think that's a good amount of games in this little console, especially when the others have had like 20 or 30 or whatever. That's a good amount. It really is. 57 is a good amount. Now, one thing to note is that, obviously, you've got games that are, the TurboGrafx version, but you've actually got games that actually are the PC Engine version, which are actually in Japanese. So they are. And a lot of them are still playable, even though they are in Japanese, but there's a few of them that are somewhat impossible to play unless you speak Japanese or are fluent with it, you know what I mean? So it makes it a bit difficult there. It really does. But apart from that, a lot of the games you'll still be able to play. So that's a good thing. So obviously the console, which obviously I do like the look of the console, which is quite nice. Obviously somewhat replicates the original PC Engine look of it. Because obviously the PC Engine in Japan was small, and the TurboGrafx 16 version in America was actually quite large. It really was. But overall, I love the look of this. I really do. It's just nice and everything. So obviously on the front of it, you've got the name of the console. On this side, you've got obviously a button to turn it on and off. You've got two USB ports, obviously, if you want to play multiplayer. Obviously, you only get one controller in this console, but I think you can buy an extra one, so that's good. Obviously, there's nothing on there. And on the back of it, you've got like an expansion port on it, so you have, which somewhat replicates the TurboGrafx 60, the TurboGrafx CD on the original console. So yeah, which is quite nice. I think that's really cool. And obviously, you've got a port for the HDMI, and you've got a port for the USB as well. So that's quite handy. It really is. One thing I do like about it is with the power button. It somewhat replicates where the original games went, because the games were actually on like hue cards, so they were. And obviously you'd insert the game in there, and obviously it has this little holder that would hold the game when obviously playing it and when it was on, which I think is quite nice. That I think it replicates it really well, and I like that, so I do. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, overall, I like the look of the console. Obviously the controller now. And one thing I do like about it is that the cable on this is actually quite long. So it is. It's really long. Which I think is very handy, especially when the other little mini consoles add very short cable. I know you can get yourself I know you can buy extension cables, which is quite nice though, but it's a bit of a nuisance really. So it is. But the fact that this cable is very long is a good thing. That's good. I like that, so I do. So obviously with the controller, so obviously you got that. Obviously you've got the D-pad, you've got the select and the run button, and you've got the 1 and 2 buttons as well. So yeah, overall I like the look of the controller, and it feels really good when obviously playing games. It feels nice in the hands, which is quite good. Obviously I think that's a good thing, and yeah, no complaints. I really like that, so I do. So overall, what are my thoughts of this console? So I'm just putting the control on the floor, sorry, don't worry. So overall, what are my thoughts on this little console? I really like it, so I do. Now, for someone who never grew up with this console, because obviously It did come out in the late 80s, and obviously I wasn't born until 1995. And obviously the console was really popular in Japan, but obviously it did fail in America, and it didn't get a proper release over in the UK and Europe. So obviously it was something that I never really knew until years later with the Wii Virtual Console and the Wii U Virtual Console, where I got to experience those games. And it was nice to try these games out for a console I never knew about, you know what I mean? So I think that was really, really good. But when this little mini console came out, I was like, I want to definitely get it, so I do. I have actually had this for about 5 to 6 months. I've actually had it for quite some time. But overall, I think it's a really, really good console, and I think it's really, really fun. I think there's a lot of great games on it, and it makes me happy to experience, the library of the TurboGrafx. It's really, really good. But one thing I do want to say is, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, and this is not on the games itself or the console, but the thing about it is that this console is still very niche. So it is. Even though a lot of us, learnt about the TurboGrafx when we got older, and especially with the internet and everything, it's still very, very niche. It really, really is. And especially if you live outside of Japan, so if you live in the UK, the US, Europe, Canada, whatever, you know what I mean? It's still very, very niche. And I know a lot of people like us who are into gaming know about this console. There's a lot of casuals who don't, you know what I mean? If you ask them about Nintendo, they know about Nintendo. If you ask them about PlayStation, they know straight away. If you ask them about Xbox, they know. If you ask them about Sega, they know. You know what I mean? They know that. TurboGrafx, if you ask them about it, they'd have no idea what you're talking about. Because it was even to this day, it's still a very niche console. I've spoken to people personally who have no idea about this console. Because it wasn't something they grew up with. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. It really, really is. If you never knew about something, you've really got no nostalgia for it. And that's the thing about it. Because even over here, most people do not have nostalgia for this console. Because it never originally, released over here. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about it. It really, really is. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing, though. That's just reality. It really, really is. If you never grew up with something, you never knew about it. And that's the thing about it. But even with that, that would not stop me enjoying these games and stuff. You know what I mean? And that's just the reality about it. That's why I just wanted to quickly talk about that. So I did, because it's the truth. It really, really is. Like, even if you have friends who are into gaming, they don't know about these weird niche consoles. And that's the reality about it. Like I just said, they know about Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, but they don't know about TurboGrafx. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But that's not a bad thing, though. But I just wanted to quickly mention that. So I did. So, overall, I enjoy this console. Obviously, I have a lot of fun with it. A lot of great games on it. And I like it. So I do. So, I just want to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting and entertaining. And I'll see you all later on. And Alex will be back on Friday. Thank you all for watching. Bye.